All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. You know, as much as this is right in my wheelhouse, by the way, so people are thinking, is he going to knock this? He's not going to like this? What's the matter with him? Doobie Brothers, Peter Frampton, covering Let It Rain, a tune that's been focus tested out of existence. The Eric Clapton classic. I'm not sure Classic Rock 102.9 MGK is playing Let It Rain anymore. Maybe they are. Good for them if they are, because then they might actually be a real classic rock station. But here's my problem, okay? This is another one of those quarantine versions that have been going on now for months, and there doesn't seem to be any end in sight. And so you got Tom Johnson over here, you got Peter Frampton over there, you got Pat Simmons somewhere else, right? And they're all basically mailing in their part, okay? And that part eventually gets mixed professionally, and then people who are taking the video, they do professional video editing, and they mix it all together and put it together, and it looks like one seamless song with incredible production value. That, to me, ladies and gentlemen, is not a live performance, okay? So, yes, I am knocking this a little bit. To get the Doobies and Peter Frampton together to perform an Eric Clapton song, you would think, wow, that's musical crack, right? That is, but it's, look, this quarantine thing is, if you haven't noticed, if you've been watching this channel, it's getting under my skin each day but for other people, it's not getting under their skin. They're just going along and not thinking about anything other than just complying. Comply. And by the way, all the compliance measures, and nobody's talking about this, nothing seems to be working. It's basically, well, it's because we're not getting 100% compliance. Really? You're going to get 100%. Nobody's ever going to touch their face, right? People are always going to be exactly 6 feet, if not more, apart. And if we find out the 6 feet isn't working, do we go to 10 feet? Do we go to 50 feet? This doesn't end, by the way. My prediction is this doesn't end. I don't know when it ends. Maybe it ends, but it's not going to end for a while if people continue to have this kind of attitude. Now, the solution is there are a lot of these empty movie theaters right now, right? How come the movie theater can't say for good publicity, hey, Doobie Brothers, Peter Frampton, come hither. Come over to our theater. Or any of the venues that are empty right now because they've canceled concerts for the next 10 years, right? So it's an empty venue. The boys can be more than 6 feet apart. You can bring in the full band. You can bring in maybe a guy to run a camera, right? Maybe you can bring in a guy to run sound. He's in a booth, right? The guy in the camera, the guy in the sound booth, and then you have the band. You have no audience, just like, watching Major League Baseball. There's nobody, or there's just a smattering of people. Maybe you bring in like 10 people and they can sit in each quadrant, And then you do the song. And you do it live. And the live song then becomes a little bit more difficult to do because nobody is splicing or editing or cleaning up audio or, melding the video together so it's all seamless looking. It's kind of like artificial. That's what this is, even though you would think, no, it's virtual live. No, it's not virtual live. It's not virtual live. It's I mail you my part, because, again, you're somewhere else. You can't really hear them. Yeah, if you had headset on and you could time it and watch them and there's no lag in communications, because have you ever tried to run a computer these days with a couple of programs going at the same time? What happens? A lot of times it'll lag. It'll be like, hurry up. You could see me. I'm moving my hands right now, but you're not seeing that part until like 5 seconds later because of the lag. And anyway, I love the concept. I love the song. I listen to it. I like it. It sounds like a studio record. Okay? It's not a virtual live performance. These are guys in different places putting down their parts, and then someone is mixing them to make a song out of it. And for some folks, that's cool. It's better than nothing, right? And that's about all I can say is this is better than nothing. But it's not much better than a real live performance. In fact, I would go for a real live performance, socially distanced, in a big auditorium somewhere. Nobody's using it. Just rent it out for like an hour or two. And then, I don't know, maybe do a pay-per-view thing. I'm running out of ideas. I mean, you've got people like Irving Azoff who are smarter than me, who should have already figured out how they were going to proceed here, but nobody has figured it out. Everybody is just waiting. Whether it's the election, whether it's a vaccine, they just keep waiting and waiting. Meantime, our life just continues to be put on hold, and nobody can do what they really want to do. That's the truth. So, in any event, I know this is kind of a sour grapes video. I guess it's better than like a sour watermelon video. So, enjoy, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.